Now, let's think about how we can get a good understanding of this. So one of the ways we can do that is by having some good mental pictures, diagrams, if you will. So the first one, I want you to imagine a circle, and at the center of that circle is a throne that represents someone's life. Surrounding the throne then are activities that are the types of things someone might engage in throughout their lifetime. That would be things like God and family, work, housework, leisure work, sports, school, church, all those types of activities. The mental picture is the throne is empty. There's no one sitting on it at the moment. So the question becomes, who sits on the throne of your life? If you're the one, then that's an example of you living as self. And then every decision is based on how you see the relative importance of each activity at the moment. On the other hand, if God's in the center, sitting on that throne, then every life decision is based on your relationship with God, who's seeing things from an eternal perspective. The second diagram I want you to imagine is think of human nature as it's being lived out. There are two options. One is there's an arrow going upward to the left, and that shows how vices are dehumanizing and lead to bad character. There's a second arrow leading from your human nature up toward the right, and this is showing how virtues enable one to flourish, to be fully human, to be everything God dreamed that you would be, and leading to good character or godly character. This diagram also reminds us that everyone, each person is made in the image of God. Now, since everybody is basically that, the term that we can use, it's called practice, just like every professional teacher has some basic things, they're all the same. All the doctors have basically all the same. So that's practice. But you'll also notice that there is variation from person to person. That difference is called profile. So imagine you're looking in the garden and you see flowers growing. And you begin to realize, oh, that's a flower, that's a leaf, that's a stem. So I can tell those parts apart pretty easily. But you'll also notice that not every flower is identical. So it is with people. Just because someone's human doesn't mean that every human will be identical in appearance. So within the practice, there's a profile difference. That's how it is in virtue formation and character development. The basic aspects of each virtue will be the same. However, how that appears in a specific person may differ, even significantly, from one person to another. So let's suppose there are two children in a family, and both of them have a virtue of gratitude. It's not likely that two children will display gratitude in the same manner. This is essential to understand because when you're working with children to develop these virtues, you'll need to recognize you're not trying to get them to be identical, you're just trying to get that virtue there. Now, if the differences in appearance or virtue are true, then the character that forms in any individual also will be unique. Even though you have two individuals who are manifesting godly character, it probably will be very different. This is one component of the variation ways that God created each person. We differ in specific details like this. There's one final diagram I want you to imagine. That's the logo for this project, the bonsai tree. It's quite likely you already read about this on the website. However, it is necessary or it's important to mention here because it's a good reminder of the importance of the life journey that's involved in virtue formation and character development. A bonsai tree needs a good root system, proper nutrients, it needs light and water to grow, and then it has to be shaped throughout its lifetime. Similarly, each person needs to be anchored in Christ and receive guidance from individuals who are helping shape that person into ever increasing Christ likeness. Every life event influences one's character.